that you're doing at Polytechnic, and then the other 2 days you're back at school doing mainstream type programs.
This school or their school at the college?
Their school, at their secondary school. Whereas other schools like...
So they're not here, they're just in industry one day?
One day in industry at their secondary school 2 days a week, and then with us either at Welltech or Whitireia the other 2 days a week.
Oh, two, and one.
Yeah, it could be two, and one.
And that's a common...
Yep.
Is it really?
Yep. So we've got...
what if they don't want to do it? I mean, they would have to buy into it, right?
Yeah, the schools have to buy in. They lose some of their funding.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
and
so
with some of these schools that are pretty low.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, for instance, the one that we were talking about
Sure.
before, they don't have, because their role has been doing a decline,
Yeah.
they're concerned about staffing levels because it impacts on...
Yeah, he's up 100 now, but still he's only at 400.
Yes, so it's a small scope.
And he's, I would imagine he doesn't want to lose any of his kids.
No, but we have got some of these students studying on that 2-day program where they're here 2 days a week. There's only and because I oversee these programs across both institutions, I know that they've got 5 students that are out of that school working on that model and studying here.
Sure.
And that's probably the extent that some of these small schools can only afford that number. So those students may, in order for them to not get too far behind, rather than taking 5 or 6 core subjects at their secondary school for the rest of the week, they reduce the volume of subjects that those students select down to maybe 3 other core subjects to help with that process. But one of the advantages and the philosophies behind the Trades Academy model is that students can still maintain connections with their peer groups back at school. Mm-hmm. They can, be fully involved in leadership opportunities within their college, sport and cultural activities.
I see,
but still, they're slowly inching their way into the tertiary environment, but in a supported model.
Tertiary is a word that we don't really use in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
So when you say tertiary, you're referring to university and polytechnic.
Yeah, typically. Universities tend to be a lot more structured. Their class sizes are huge, lecture theatres are 200-300.
Right.
They don't have the same level of, typically the same level of interaction with their tutors. Here, the tutors are first name basis. Typically a class size, you wouldn't likely get classes much bigger than 40, or in trades areas, workshop trades classes, you're looking at around 18 maximum in a class.
Right.
Whereas in the in the first year of a nursing program, typically you might have a class of 40 or 50, but then they will, and I can take you on a bit of a
to
show you
I
around.
was just going to ask I pretty much got it, but nursing, there's a high demand, right?
Yeah, high demand for nursing. We've had a paramedics degree, one of only 2 in the country. Okay. So the only other place you can study to be a paramedic, Bachelor of Health Science paramedic program is in Auckland.
So nursing, what do they make? What type of money are they making?
I think they're typically sort of about, there's just been a wage increase. It's going through that process. So I think they're now starting on about 67,000.
Really? That's pretty good.
Yes, it's just gone up.
66,000 per year?
Yeah. So
it's more than a teacher, right?
Yeah.
For a 3-year degree?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's starting to, build up, but there's just been a big lot of, pay negotiations go on around that.
Is there a high dropout attrition rate in that program?
Not typically, no. And we have a really good success rate. So we've got Bachelor of Nursing Māori, Bachelor of Nursing Pacific. So all 3 have just a slightly different emphasis on how they're delivered and taught and the content. But at the end of the day, all 3 cohorts of
Qualify.
students
Yeah.
have to do the same same state final exam,
Right.
which is determined and set by the New Zealand
Okay.
Council of Nurses.
How about culinary? Are the jobs out there? Do they need them?
Yes, yeah. So
That's services. If they have the training, they're going to get a job.
yeah.
Plumbing for
Yeah.
electrical, all the trades.
Yes, the
There's
trades.
money out there.
Yeah. Like we're struggling to get tutors to teach in some of the trades because there's such big
They're out there
demand and money is higher than
So-
actually tutoring.
Really?
Yeah.
They'd rather work out there than here.
Yeah, well, some people just have a natural affinity of wanting to share their skill
Right.
and their talent and their passion.
How about plumbers? What are they making out there?
Oh, plumbing. Oh, gosh.
An hour? Do you have any idea?
No, not an hour,
Per
but
year?
it's pretty good.
More than a
good money.
teacher?
Oh, yeah, way more. Yeah,
Really?
And many of the trades,
Are going to make more than a teacher?
probably. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just,
That starting teacher's only like 35.
yeah,
It's not much.
no, it's not. And nursing was sort of similar. It was sort of low 40s, but it's sort of had a bit of a jump now.
They had to get it, people to.
Yeah.
Did the jump in pay incentivize people to come in?
Well, it's only really just come in this year.
Right.
So.
So it probably will.
Well, yes, it will, but we went through a stage 2 with there was a bit of almost a lot of people who, women that had stopped work to have a family were then going back into the workforce
Yeah.
part-time, and because they had prior experience and a wealth of knowledge to draw on, they were picking up jobs, whereas new graduates were struggling to get jobs. But we're starting to turn that cycle around now because there's an aging workforce in that area. Typically, I think the average age of a nurse is sort of in the 50s,
Really? Oh,
mid
wow.
50s, so and stuff like that. And we're trying to actually get the average age down. It's a bit like teachers,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, teachers is pretty mature.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of youngsters in there. How about you? You were at Newlands, right?
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Were you an administrator or teacher?
Yeah, no, I was in the administrative side of things in the career transition space.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Were you a deputy principal?
No.
Okay,
So,
you're just working on
and then from there I did some contract work, and then I was brought on board here on a contract to work across the 2 institutions all those years ago.
Sure.
And then since then it's sort of just grown, and then I was just working for Whitireia until partway through this year, and now there's one liaison team, so there's been massive restructure go across both institutions, and a lot of the management's been sort of flattened down, and the resources have sort of been pulled together to try and make more sense, and now there's sort of like one liaison team that covers off both institutions.
How about paramedics? Is there a demand for that?
Yeah, most definitely. So,
Do they make good money, or? Because they don't in the U.S.
No, I don't know whether.
Is it paramedic fireman or paramedic?
No, paramedic. Yeah. So more like first responder.
Okay.
Yeah. So more medical, the medical side of